Hey guys, welcome to my channel. I'm Greg. I'm going to go over Bitcoin and some cryptocurrencies, maybe some proxies too, like MicroStrategy and GBTC or Grayscale Bitcoin Trust today on Monday morning. If you just land here, do me a huge favor, drop a like, hit the subscribe button. I would greatly appreciate it. And new subscribers, I appreciate you too. For those that are new here on this channel, you go over to Twitter and get evidence that people that are following my channel are making 2X's, 3X's, and some of them making 4 or 5X's since June of 22 when everybody's crying bear market. Okay? So something's working. Just give you a little FYI. Quant, I don't know, 45 to over $200. Matic down there at 32, 33 cents, 38 cents. Now it's over $1. There's just a couple of them. Phantom at 18 to 20 to 22 cents. Now it's 45 cents. If you sell it right now, you'd still be at 2.5x. So here's the deal. Let's go over Bitcoin, guys. And I'm going to make a prediction. You're going to have, it's all going to zero this week, guys. All going to zero, right? It's we're all screwed. It's all going back down. $10,000 Bitcoin is going to be in the narrative once again this week, guys. So don't let that get into your mind. Go off the facts. Be a machine like the Terminator, man. You know, like the Terminator in that movie. That first Terminator came out a long time ago. Very first one. He started working. He's like, didn't even care. He just opened his arm up and started working on it and stuff like that. Didn't even flinch. Put it back together, man. Fixed his eyes, man. Put it back together. That's how you have to be when it comes to trading, guys. Try to eliminate the emotion as much as you can. Do just the opposite of what the world wants. You know, the world and the fam organization wants the men to have feelings and they think it's more masculine. Well, not for trading. It's not for trading. You really got to be masculine when it comes to trading, guys. Or at least you should be. So here's the deal, guys. You know, you got to move right here. Now, I have the fib targets on there and you're like, hey, Greg, it didn't hit numbers. Well, it came kind of close. It came kind of close right there. You see that 1.618 for a third wave target. Okay. And I think it might just be doing a grind down there, guys. Who knows usually how these things work. So let's say, and maybe it's going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, something like that, right? I think it's going to go something like that. Usually what happens is it kind of gets down there. It just doesn't take the path that you want, right? That's usually how it goes, So like maybe it goes back up here and does something over here for a little while and you're like, what is it doing? And it kind of just messes with your mind a little bit. And you're like, what are you doing, Bitcoin? So anyhow, here's the deal with it. Let's finish this off. Now you have a good signal that Bitcoin is in a fifth wave. You come down here in the 4-hour chart, you see that? It's coming down to make what? Bullish divergence, guys. So that means it's coming up down here to finish up something. And the divergence is going to be pretty strong because it looks like it's coming down to make it on the 6-hour. You check it on the 8-hour, you're probably going to have it, and you're going to check it even on the 12-hour. You might even have a little bit on the 12-hour. It could take it out, though. I wouldn't expect it on the daily. On the daily, it's going to just look like it's dumping, guys. So it's not going to be very super strong divergence, bullish divergence, okay? So targets down here, it can get easily, it's going to get to 21.4 and then down to 21,000. And also 20,700 and even down here at the bottom, guys, like 20,350 and maybe even a wick below that or something like that. Normally, these fifth waves right here are going to be about as long as that wave. So one thing that you can do is you can just grab that wave if you want and go ahead and stick it like that. And the 1-to-1 is right there. So usually 1-to-1 or 1.618. So somewhere right where my box is. You see where my box is? Right there. Somewhere in that area, more than likely. Okay, guys? That's what I'd be checking out. Now, let's get some supporting evidence against Bitcoin to see possibly what's going on with the correction. Right now, the highest probability that I have that is going on with Bitcoin is that you have a flat move in there. I'm not going to go over the details of the flat. I got previous videos, how that works. But for my new subscribers, flat moves are the 3-3-5 moves. The 3-3-5 moves. You want to master those moves. Everybody likes to see those impulse moves because they're easy to find, like this right here. You see that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. They're easy to find. But these moves called a flat move. They are very, very tricky and they screw people up. They make things, they think they gone bullish or they gone bearish. So you got a flat move, right? They go up and they go down. And in cryptocurrencies, these things are a smoke show sometimes. So they go like this. Here's an A, B, and it whizzes up into a C. Okay. So let me put on the lines here, right? I'm gonna put on the lines here, and I'll show you something right here. Okay. So normally what happens right here, you got a regular flat, just like this. These things take a long time. Flat moves could take a long time when the regular flat, and then you got a running flat. So in this instance, it'll be a running flat where the C wave is just kind of like a short. And they can flip around too, guys. That would be a short. This would be a bearish one, right? And then you have the old expanded flat, which are real popular cryptocurrencies. The B wave comes down below the length of the A over there, and it boom whizzes up onto a flat like that. And then you can take these things and you can flip them around. You got like it likes to come down into an A, and it'll go up into a B, just like so. I'm going to flip it around just like this. It comes up into an A, down into a B, and it whizzes up into a C like that, guys. It can do that too. Okay. So regular flat, I got it flipped around now, right? Regular flat and a running flat, and then you have an expanded flat. Okay, boom. All right, let me go the other way. I guess I wasn't the same way, right? So you got to come down in A, up in B, and back down in C like that, guys. Okay, just like that. So regular flat. So this is bullish. Okay, meaning the trend is, this correction is down, and it's going to continue that way. Okay, so you have a regular flat. Remember, those flats right there could take a long time. Flats take up time. Then you have what's called a running flat, where the C wave is like this. An asset that did that was Quant, in my opinion. Quant did a running flat back in like July or August or something like that. It says that's a running flat. That thing's bullish, and it was. It went up again. So running flat, and then you have the old expanded flat like this. Okay. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to show you something. I'm going to take this expanded flat. I'm going to put it right over here. You see this? So you got something just like so. Boom. 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 Very aggressive. Very aggressive. And you put it on there. These flats can go from normal is 1.618 to 2.618. Anywhere in between 1.618 to 2.0 to 2.27 to 2.618. And in cryptocurrencies and Bitcoin, they can go to 3.618. And some of the smaller cap cryptos, they can go even higher, 4.618 and beyond, if you can believe it. That's true. So I'm assuming right now, my highest probability is that Bitcoin's up here doing a flat. Now here's the issue too, guys. So you got your move in here. You got your three, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 for your flat. Now Bitcoin could play a trick and be very annoying to everybody and really make everybody, not everybody, but some people upset by going into a complex correction and go up in A, B, C for a little while and wants to play around in this area. And then it can do something else over here. Who knows what it'll do over here? It could be some other type of correction. I'm going to just say ABC. And it can make a W, X, Y. It could do that, guys. Just because it's going to finish the correction here doesn't mean it's going to get ready to blast off, okay? It might be something in the markets. It needs to spend more time in this area to get itself ready. You know, there's all kinds of variables in there. But we're going to go over some other assets. Check this out, GBTC chart, guys. And look at the GBTC. See what's going on here. It is has the most Bitcoin. I think only Coinbase and Coinbase has more Bitcoin than GBTC. Maybe Michael Saylor does, but I don't think so. I'm on a 2-hour chart. I'm going to go through this right here. And in my opinion, so you see that little hook I was making on previous videos, guys. Remember that little hook? You see that right there? Those are little fourth wave hooks. I was explaining this before. 1, 2, 3, 4. That 3 actually ended there, up in a flat, and then it finished off a 5, in my opinion, okay? So just going off the RSI data, giving me a third wave peak up there, 2-hour chart. You got to recheck this on some other time frames with the RSI 3, 4, and up for 5, right? Okay, that's what we got. That's what it has, more than likely. So here, I'll label it for you. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So what did it do up top there? What's going on up here? You can see that it's doing the same thing. More than likely, 1, 2, 3, right? Or maybe it could have spiked off another 5th right there. And then another 3-wave move up there. So 3, and then a 3, and then down for a 5. More than likely, or it could have ended right there. Just don't know yet. You know, going to have to see how this one plays out. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So more than likely, this one, GBTC is going to do a dump, which means Bitcoin is probably going to do a dump because this is going to be your target area for GBTC. They like to come back to where? Previous fourth waves. Previous fourth waves, but it might not make it. It might not make it. It needs to do a pretty good dump, but let's check that out. We'll check that out just to see if this is the first wave, right? And then it's finishing up its fourth wave. Let's say right in that area, right? Let's go right there. You see right there, guys? That could be the area. It might pop up, and then it's 1-to-1. If it's the same length, you see it's right in that area, guys. So more than likely, you want to check out what this asset is doing. 1, 2, 3, 4, maybe down for 5. And then this would be your move right here, I would say. More than likely, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 5. I'm going to say it started right here for now, guys. A, B, C. What's that look like? Right there, guys. Let's take it off. Take a look at that. You're flat. You see you're flat. You're flat move. So you got to realize a lot of the guys that try to do Elliott waves, right? They get confused up here. They get confused up here because they start going, oh, is that the 5? Is that the 5? And sometimes you can think, is that the 5? When you start, it starts off, you're like, what is it doing up there? Is it an ending diagonal? And it very well could be, but you got to, you just can't, you don't know. And you got like, that could be a 1. Here's your 3 back down for a 4, and it could have gone up for a 5, and it's making an ending diagonal. It could have done that. You just didn't know until it did this. So it looks good to me. This asset is off the bottom in 5. Okay. It's off the bottom in 5. And it is, let me see, where would I put this? Where would I put this? Like A, B, C, right? So more than likely, the probability with GBTC is it's going 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, and then it's going to do what? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 at a minimum. At a minimum. At a minimum, guys. So there's going to be more upside for GBTC at a minimum for an ABC correction, right? Okay, at a minimum. So there's going to be more upside in this asset. Probability, a 5 can't be by itself. Okay, the only time a 5 can be by itself is in a flat, and it's very difficult to get a flat out of this. Could you say this is A, B, C? You could, but I don't think so, guys. I don't think so. Now, what's the bullish count? Bullish count is that's 1, and this is a 2, and it's going into a 3. So, if you like this asset, okay, GBTC, which I really, I don't really, I'd just rather have Bitcoin. If you want to go into this, just go into Bitcoin, in my personal opinion. But here's the thing: you have a trade in this area. Okay, if I'm a trader, I'm going to trade this asset. I'm going to be in this area, checking it out, looking for the correct signals, waiting to go long over here. Okay, waiting to go long on this asset, guys. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and do that trade over there. So, if the GBTC or Grayscale Bitcoin Trust is going to go up at some point, in my opinion, the probabilities are pretty much in my favor, okay? Then more than likely, what? Bitcoin is going to go up, right? More than likely. And if this is a third wave, what if this is a third wave over there? I think this is a good probability trade. So go over here, MicroStrategy. I was taking a look at MicroStrategy, guys. If MicroStrategy is dumping, then Bitcoin's probably dumping. It's a proxy of Bitcoin, more or less. They have the third amount or the fourth amount or whatever number it is, amount of Bitcoin. So we got a third wave here on this 2-hour chart right there. So we need to find a fifth, and that's probably it right there, guys. So I'm looking at that wave 1. Here's the wave 5. They look like they're about the same size. Pull the fib targets, boom, boom, 1.618. You can check that out. Look at that all day long. Investigate it. That's more than likely an impulse wave. And then MicroStrategy played games over here. I thought I was doing an ending diagonal once again. And then decided to do this. Now we know what's going on over here, right? 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Where would be the target area for MicroStrategy? Previous fourth waves. And not the top of the wave, the bottom of the wave, guys. It's always the bottom area of the wave. And they like, don't know much about MicroStrategy, but cryptocurrencies, they like to do what? Wick down, boom, boom, and they pop back up into that area. So with MicroStrategy, what I would do, let me put it on the candles real quick and pull a fib on that. Let me see let me take that off. It's not much of a difference. Let me see here. So you got, this would be 1, 2, 3. This would be the A wave. Let me just go like this. A wave, and there's your B wave, went way up there. 2.618, so 3.618, 4.618 is what I'd be checking out with MicroStrategy, guys. I don't think this is the fifth wave. A lot of people call that, and there's an argument too that this is way too high for it to get up that high, guys. And definitely, it definitely does have that argument for it being too high. And this could be a 5, and then back into an ABC, and then back over here for another 5. It very well could be doing that, but for the time being, I'm going, this is 3, and that's 3, and this is coming down for a 5. Okay, just check it out. So we shall see what it's going to play out. Now, if this is the count, if this is what's going on with MicroStrategy, same thing over here. You got 1, 2, 3, 4, potentially a 5, wherever it ended, and it's come back up, and it's going to do a correction, previous fourth waves, and then what is it going to do? Probably go that way again, because the 5 wave can't be by itself. Now, you can go in here and say, okay, well, look, Greg, I could go A, and then let's see, A, B, C. Oh, yeah, look at that. See, it's an ABC move, Greg. You could do that right here, A, B, C. Oh, yeah, look at that, Greg. Now it's going to come back down. That is a possibility, but what are you going to do with MicroStrategy? This is what you do. It's very easy. If it went up into an impulse wave, you have a high probability if it comes back and settles near this fourth wave over here, that fourth wave, and it stays in that area. It might even come down a little bit, so don't let it scare you. Come down a little bit, and it stays in that area. You have a really good probability that you're dealing with an asset that could be going into what? Another wave, okay? Right over here. Particularly a third wave, too. It'll be a wave 2, okay? B waves are going to take a lot more time over here. Play some more games, do some more complex corrections, probably drag out for a lot longer and be a little bit lower in this instance, in my opinion, and then I'll go off into a C wave, okay? Realize that too. So what's that mean for Bitcoin? More than likely, Bitcoin is probably doing something similar, in my opinion. It's just coming down now. It's going to continue to go down into a fifth wave while you got negative news. And then everybody on Twitter is going to say, look, CPI, look what it's doing to Bitcoin. It's going to bring it down to 20,000 now, right? Well, you watch this channel, you already knew this was coming into a flat fifth wave. Is already going down. So, all right, guys, that's how I see it. And it's going to drag some of the other assets right down with it because there's a weakness. Right? This is creating weakness in the cryptocurrency market. So I'm looking for over the next week or two, probably up into the end of February, I'm going to be looking for longs, guys, longs, okay? The other thing is down here in the 8-hour chart is this down here, the amount of hidden bullish divergence that Bitcoin has, which is a massive amount of hidden bullish divergence down here, guys. And if that's an ABC and it's going to complete it, like I said, look, Bitcoin can go into a complex correction. It could stay up there, okay? But if this is doing it, a correction up here, guys, it went up into a wave, it's doing a correction, you got hidden bullish divergence, you have a really good shot that there's going to be a move over here. Now, where's that going to end up? Hey, I don't know. I mean, probably at least 25K. It can go even higher than that. It could be very explosive move, guys. You just don't know. You just don't know. That is the end of my video. If you made it all the way to the end, do me a huge favor. Drop a like. Hit the subscribe button. Peace.